Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm doing a tier list video. I've been telling you guys I was going to do this for quite a while, and well, it is time to do it. So let's get started, because we don't want to waste too much time. Usually my videos are pretty long. Can't really help that. I just like talking, you know. But anyways, I guess we'll get started with Hog Rider. It's the first one. So Hog Rider is definitely A tier. So Hog Rider is so useful. He's probably one of my favorites. It's like having a golden turbo in the palm of your hands. He's basically you can most of the time the golden turbo mode is in the rotation. You don't really need him, but if you don't have him, he's pretty much the most powerful tool. Actually, technically, you need him in the golden turbo because actually, if you run out of it, you still have some insane speed. Basically, he can have an insane speed boost when he runs into a patch of bushes, which honestly, this is most of the maps in the entire game. The 4 maps, they all have bushes, everywhere. So it really doesn't matter because basically you have a lot of speed everywhere. So it makes him really, really strong. Next we have Bo. I'm gonna put him in B tier. I put Bo in B tier because if he wasn't really a monster slayer, that good of it, he'd be lower. But he's insane at slaying monsters early game. And you can get coins and other loot easy if there's not like a certain mode that's like associated with the monsters or anything else like that. But the problem is that his attack is so slow that basically he kind of is just, he's not that good at fighting other people. There's better alternatives, and actually Hog Rider, and if he was a good fighter, he'd be an A tier, because Hog Rider is an A tier because of how good he is to fighting against people. So anyways, let's get to Barbarian. Barbarian's an A tier, definitely. He's definitely better than Hog Rider. Not only does he have an elite form that can make him attack quicker, he's pretty much your main go-to for most of your games. You basically have them the entire game. Usually you'll find him early game, which makes him early to mid game usually, and it makes him really strong, especially mid game when you can find people and try to kill them unless you don't have any of that in your total characters for that match. So it's really good to have him. He's probably one of my favorite characters. He used to be my favorite character, but I kind of wanted to put him lower. Anyways, Chicken. Chicken is very good. I'm going to say that. But I'm going to put him in B tier. Now, yes, he's amazing. Honestly, I would have put him in A tier if he wasn't like so squishy. He's insanely good at fight. He's actually not that bad at fighting. He's really fast, and he can actually take down blue boxes and monsters alright. Of course, you have better alternatives to that, but he's pretty okay. And also, if you have a fusion chicken, you get 9 turbos, because each chicken gives you 3 turbos. And 3 times 3 is 9, so 9 turbos. So basically, and also, I just realized that their turbo doesn't actually mean like. It's not like a consumable like mega units. It's actually your capacity. So you have a 9 turbo capacity, and having a ultra chicken turns out it gives you golden turbos, which is actually insane. But honestly, if you have any ultras, you're probably just pay to win. I'm sorry. Anyways, Greg, he's A tier. The reasoning why Greg is A tier is because he's better than definitely better than Hog Rider. Now, Greg is A tier because he's an insanely good farmer. Not only every single tree he chops, not only does it give you a good amount of gems, about 3 or 4, it gives you a lot of coins, and if you have a super Greg, it gives you even more loot, which basically, since you have the entire game, and if he doesn't actually die, basically you can chop all the trees you want in the entire world, and you can get a lot of loot. And he's honestly saved me in a lot of games, and he's something special. Like, bro, look at him. That axe chopping away at all the trees. It's crazy. It's very nice. Next, sorry for that over-exaggerative. Anyways, we have Colt here. I will say he's pretty useful. Next we have Colt. I know there's a lot of A tiers, but yes, he's another A tier. But yeah, yes, he's an A tier. He's really useful in a lot of game modes, in Squad Busters or a lot of modifiers, and for that reasoning, he can be really good. He also does a lot of attack damage, useful in loot goblins especially, and having a lot of Colts can be a little bit annoying. He does have the longest range in the game, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. Next up is El Primo. By the way, I'm not going to rank Penny, Battle Healer, or B because I don't have them yet. Which is, well, it's not my fault, it's the game's fault. I'm pretty unlucky. But next we have El Primo. He's honestly, I don't use him that much, so I'm going to put him in like D tier. Now, he's really low mainly because, actually I'll put him in C tier, it's a little better. So of course the reason why he's C tier is because he's just really lackluster, but he's the most tankiest character in the game. He has a crap ton of health, but he's just not, but having so much health means you probably won't have something, he'll have an attribute that is basically not that good at all. Like, he's not a great attacker. Like, he's just not necessarily perfect, and he's kind of slow. He's medium. All he does is kind of punch a little slower than usual, which makes him kind of annoying to play, but he's super tanky. Now, speaking of not good, let's talk about Dynamite. He's the worst character in the entire game. Basically, the thing that he has is splash damage. The point of it is supposed to be to kill monsters in clusters or someone's squad. But here's the problem. He doesn't even do any damage. Like, he does like a sliver of damage and basically is horrible and useless against any squads or really any monsters. He's not even good at slaying monsters. Like, what? It's just kind of sad. The irony of Dynamite is that he's probably one of the most used and probably one of the best brawlers in Brawl Stars. While he's one of the worst in Squad Busters. Like, jeez. It's kind of funny if you think about it. Now next we have Goblin. Goblin is a B tier. He's probably one of the worst B tiers. He's in the middle, but he's probably one of the worst. Now, yes, he's a great farmer, don't get me wrong. But honestly, I'm starting to realize he's kind of lackluster. I mean, he only gives you a certain, right when you pick Goblin in your chest. Goblin basically gives you like a stack of coins, but he doesn't he doesn't have like an effect where throughout like let's just say like 10 seconds or like less than 10 seconds, he gives you some more coins, like kind of like a cycle of coins. But like he's a coin spitter, but nope. When you click him in a match, he only drops some coins and doesn't give you coins ever again until you pick him again. And his fusion form gives you more coins, but he's really not that useful. But let's just say that he's S tier in Doppelgangers and Double Trouble. Because if you have enough goblins, you can probably create an entire bank, an entire vault full of coins. And having Trader means you win game instantly. But any other game mode, he's not good. He's probably one of the worst farmers in the game, in any other game mode. Alright, let's keep going. So we have next Archer Queen, S tier. She is insane. She does so much damage, and she honestly has good health. Like, her damage is insane. Like, she can kill most of the characters in the game just from her HP. Her HP is pretty good, but her damage, that's what makes everything go special. I think that she's awesome, honestly. So yeah, let's keep going. We're gonna ignore Heavy. He's in Beach World. I'm in Royal World. That's why this looks different. We have Mavis now. Mavis is great. I love Mavis. Mavis is an A tier. She pairs well with Trader. She's also like Greg, but Greg is honestly, I will say they're equal. But Mavis is so useful. When I realized what Mavis could do in Beach World, I was like, "Ooh, I need her." And when I got her, I used her all the time. Usually, I need her in my games most of the time if she's on rotation in my total squad characters I have. I know I need to charge my phone, but she is so useful. Her patch of carrots can give you gems, and when she's done picking all of them, they just give you more coins and more gems. Like, nice. She is always, honestly, I do think Greg is kind of slightly better because she is slower, while Greg is actually quicker, and he's really, really useful for the reasoning. And he can do good damage on it too, making it quicker. Next we have, we're gonna skip Max because I don't even have Max. Be a Medic. Who would not like Medic? Medic is honestly the best healer. But he's definitely not good at fighting. He's pretty he's alright though. But he's definitely my favorite. He's definitely a really good pick to have. Basically, you have unlimited healing the entire game. Unless he dies, then boom, you gotta go find another medic. Or if you have a Pam. Now Pam is kind of hard. Now speaking of Pam, I'm gonna put her in C tier. The reason why I don't put her as high is because she basically has a consumable healing turret, and it's another thing is I never really find any Pams in my in my chests if I have her, or I just don't even get her, or because I usually get her all the time. But the problem is since I get her all the time, I should get her all the time. I should get her in my chest, right? But I never really do. And she has the consumable turret, which means she's just a C tier. Now, I do feel like maybe El Primo should be D tier, because having Pam and El Primo in the same tier, it just doesn't make any sense. So we're not going to put him there. Yeah, let's keep going then, because I think I've expressed enough of my medic being limited and then Pam being non-limited. So, where is Barbarian King? Barbarian King's a C tier. I don't know how to explain him. It's like he's not the greatest fighter, which I'm surprised about. He's a king with a sword. Like, he obviously needs to know how to fight. But he's just not. But he's not great at it. And the only thing that he has that honestly makes him pretty okay is how quickly he can attack quicker. But did you know that you can get a common barbarian that you most of the time in your matches that does the same thing if you kill a little bit of monsters? It's literally and don't worry, Barbarian is actually way better at fighting, making him way up there. So it's like Barbarian King is just practically useless, and he's not even that good. But there's honestly a worse epic. It's actually gonna be Royal King. He's D tier. Bro, what's the point of having Royal King on your team if he literally... Now, at first glance, he seems like a good character to your team, but he literally sends out these troops that literally are the they literally are like the same kind of monster or enemy as like the skeleton, or not like the skeleton from the Disney World. That's small, kind of like your average middle tier, middle health enemy, which you can easily kill. So honestly, he's just practically useless. He's just not that good. He's pretty much the most useless. One of the worst, I guess. And honestly, he's not good. He's horrible at attacking. I mean, he pretty much doesn't do much. If you see Royal King, at least use a reroll. If you don't have some, then just pick him, but don't only have one at least. He's not that useful. So let's continue. I don't have Mortis, but we do have Nita. I will say I use Nita a lot, mainly for defense purposes, and I don't use her most of my games. So I'm actually not going to put her up that high. Her best attribute is going to be the bear. She's probably the best C tier, though. Actually, I'll put her as the worst B tier, technically. Actually, it's kind of hard because she can be B and C. I'm going to put her in C tier for now. Oh yeah, I'm going to put her in C tier. That actually kind of fits her, though, so we're going to put her in there. So, for the reasoning why I put her in C tier is because she summons a bear. The best thing about her is that she summons a pretty tanky bear, and it's so good for defense purposes, which is what I use her for, like I said earlier. But, of course, she's not necessarily, her kit isn't not anything special at all. Her kit is pretty basic, and she is not that special to this. And if you don't have, like, for example, the bear, she's pretty basic, and her kit's not that great, and she doesn't even do anything at all if you don't have the bear. So if it dies, because when you get Nita, you will get the bear instantly. So when the bear dies, useless. I don't know. I keep forgetting if she if her bear appears again or not, but I'm not sure. I don't use her that much. That shows a lot. Anyways, Shelly, I think, is one of those characters that I just realized actually has so much potential. Now, I'm going to put Colt a little higher. I'm going to put Greg as the best. I'm going to put Shelly here. Actually, no, I'll put her here because I do love my Barbarian. Shelly is so good. Her super form can make her shoot 2 times, and she has a super that can stun enemies. And she has a lot of damage, and she has a lot of damage too. Health's pretty awesome. She's pretty. Her kit is honestly amazing. She honestly has so much more potential that I'm actually gonna put her even higher. She's the third. She's like probably up there. That's my favorite there. So we have the 2 brawlers. The last 2 characters. Look, I'm sorry. I play a lot of Brawl Stars. I just keeps coming out of my mouth. We have Trader. One of the greatest, don't say it, Jude. We have Trader. The best character in the game. I have seen so many things online on how good Trader is. Trader is honestly probably one of the most insane characters I've ever seen. He literally gives you hundreds of gems instantly on doppelgangers. Ash was able to break the record and even crash his game using Trader and Goblin. And he got 4,000 gems, which I've never even heard of my freaking ever in my in the game. It's wild to see, and it's amazing. So that's basically what I gotta say about him, and also which is an S tier because I'm pretty sure that she also crashes your game if you have her super form, because you get the barrel full of witches. Or wait, the barrel full of skeletons. And she's a menace. Kairos' favorite character is Witch, and she does crash games. Okay, I've seen it, and it's even lagged my game before. Around end game when we were up mid. So but she's the worst. The worst S tier. It sounds bad, but that doesn't mean anything terrible. It just shows how good she is. So we're gonna put her in S tier, of course, with Archer Queen and my boy Trader. He's good in like every game mode too. He's honestly he basically helps your team the entire time in every game mode, and he's absolutely busted on doppelgangers and double trouble. If you think about it. Or he's good on there. Now, as you can see, I don't have any of these characters yet. But I will say, if I were to put them up here, I'd put Penny probably in the middle or a little higher, because for treasure. And then I'll put Battle Healer probably a little high. I'll put B in probably S tier because of the freaking Archer Queen B strat, which I would love to do. We have the best tank in the game. Heavy, I put him in A probably. Well, I'd put all of them I'll put them all in very random positions. Now, I don't have any of these characters, and if I will be doing more research on these characters as well, and I'll make and I will do a part 2 of this video possibly, hopefully, and I will add them and put them where I need to put them. So yeah, this is the full finished tier list. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you want to. I'm not going to push you. Most people do that, but I don't really care. I just hope you enjoy my videos. Anyways, have a great day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.